welcome to another bookish vlog. Today I thought I'd run through my December TBR to read, so let's get to it. I have both of the Christmas books by Lori Gilmore, The Christmas Tree Farm and the Gingerbread Bakery. I've read this one. I still haven't read this one, so this is on my list to finish in December. I have this one that I always read every December, The House Without a Christmas Tree by Gail Rock. It reminds me of my mother. When I was growing up, this was a very popular book and movie. It was on like the CBS TV special. You can see So it's about a girl. We're following Addie, who her mother died in childbirth, I think, and her father had such a hard time with her. Addie's now like 11 or 12. Her grandmother lives with her. There's just a lot of sadness there, I think, because of the mother passing away. I relate. The little girl reminds me of my mother. Just different, like the time period, just different things that they do. And my mother's birthday is in December, so I always kind of like to read this around Christmas. I don't know. It just reminds me of my mom. And so anyways, the dad doesn't want to get a Christmas tree because he says they don't need it, and he doesn't really want to celebrate Christmas because the mother really loved Christmas. But in the meantime, the little girl is missing her mother that she never knew, and he's kind of keeping her from that. So in the end, the father, who has a really hard time showing emotions, is persuaded by the grandmother and the little girl to start celebrating Christmas and buying a Christmas tree. And it's just a really heartwarming story. I give this story 5 stars. I've just loved it since I was a kid, and I continue to read it every year. It's just a quick, short little read, but if you have kids, it's great for that. And then watch the movie. I am currently reading B.K. Borison's Love Light Farms. I haven't read any of her stuff, but I see a lot of people on Instagram and YouTube are raving about the B.K. Borison books, so I thought I'd give this a try. So far, I'm like maybe not quite a quarter of the way through. So it's we're following this character who had just bought Christmas Tree Farm, but she's struggling, and she has this best friend Luca who's always there for her. And there's like this tension, always like question, like will they, won't they? They've been friends forever, like best friends. And she's entering this contest online with social media, and the cash prize will save her business. She's really struggling right now. But the catch is that she has to have a boyfriend, so she asks her friend Luca to be her fake boyfriend. So let's see where this takes us. And then I also bought this book. It looked good. It's A Christmas in Prague, and it's by Helga Jensen. It just sounded cozy. Again, not like a super literary read, but so the synopsis on the back says, when Olivia's beloved Aunt Grace passes, she leaves everything to her niece with one condition: travel to Prague and deliver a message to Grace's long-lost true love, Merrick. After her marriage broke down on Christmas Eve 2 years ago, Olivia had barely left her home. But this is an adventure she needs to take if she is to honor her aunt. The snowy, magical city of Prague slowly starts to awaken her festive spirit. And as Merrick's nephew Thomas shows her around the gorgeous Christmas markets, Olivia begins to feel she can truly live again. Grace had never had the chance at love, but might Olivia's secret Christmas wish come true and grant her a second chance at romance? I just thought this sounded good, like, pretty cozy, and I like books that take place overseas, like just a different kind of culture and learning about that. So I got my errands done. I plan on doing some reading today and working in my book journal, my reading journal. So we'll work on that, and let's get started. Friends back again. I did finish Love Light Farms, and I really liked it. I felt like there was, unlike some cozy reads, there was really character development in here, and there's a backstory of the main character and her love interest being friends for like 10 years and finally taking it to the next level. And I mean, truthfully, that kind of resonates with me because I think best friends make the best partners. So I really enjoyed this, and it is a good Christmas time read because it does take place on a Christmas tree farm, but I would highly recommend this. This is a good read to cozy up with this Christmas. And I did read both of these. I read this one first and then this one by Lori Gilmore, so The Christmas Tree Farm and The Gingerbread Bakery. Okay, so I read the first two books I read by Lori Gilmore were the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the other fall one that she has. I can't think of the name of it right now. Anyways, I really enjoyed those as far as like I loved the cozy like atmosphere and the characters I really liked. But I feel like the more this series goes on, the more I'm like not loving it. These books I felt like I wasn't really invested in the characters. This one literally I skimmed like the last quarter of it because I just wanted to finish it. I didn't really want to DNF it. I wanted to see what happened, but you could easily skim it and find out. So these I wasn't loving. I'm kind of over these, and I can confidently say I probably won't be reading any more of this series. I decided to save this book for next year. I'm trying to take it easy this Christmas by not overdoing that. I don't have to do Christmas cards. It's a lot of work. I mean, I've done them for the last 30 years, but I decided not to do them this year. It was a lot of work and I didn't get around to it fast enough. I've had a lot of things going on, and I was just trying this Christmas to relax and enjoy myself instead of doing all these things that, I mean, I think people enjoy the Christmas cards and things, but sometimes a lot of the things I was doing, I feel like were for other people. And sometimes I think that other people didn't even really notice that. Like I also gave myself permission to do the break and bake sugar cookies and just get canned frosting, which I am like appalled at saying on camera, but which I would never ever do. But this Christmas just felt like I needed a recharge. So I've done everything as easy as I can. We're just doing appetizers for Christmas Eve, like super simple, easy stuff. And just really focusing on resetting and recharging for the new year. I have started this book, The Correspondent by Virginia Evans, and I'm really liking it. It's so good. So far, I'm like halfway through, but so far it is about an older woman who was adopted. She has 2 children. She had another one that died when he was a child. She's divorced, but she's in her later years, and she has been a letter writer her whole entire life. She was an attorney, and the whole book is just letters. That's why it's called The Correspondent, I think, is she always corresponds by letters, sometimes by email, but mostly by paper letters. So it's just interesting to read over a whole entire person's life of correspondence. It's really interesting. So I'm liking that one so far. I have a feeling this is going to be at least a 4-star, if not a 5-star read. But that being said, I will still read My House Without a Christmas Tree because that I read every year, and that literally takes like an hour or 2. And I'm just going to take it easy this year. I have been doing fabric bags for wrapping so we don't have to buy paper and throw it away for probably 10 years now. And so I'll just bring those out, put the gifts in those, and put them under the tree and call it good. Again, this year I'm giving myself permission to rest and recharge and reset. I really need it. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of days, just making some Chex Mix, reading books, and just resetting with my family. I hope that you have a relaxing, recharging Christmas. Don't fall for all the things that you feel like people need you to do. sometimes we have to put ourselves first, and I feel selfish doing that, but in the same respect, I just felt like this year I couldn't do it. Like I just needed to think about what I wanted, and what I really wanted was to just spend a few days reading and snacking and spending time with my family. So I hope that you all can do that, but I'm wishing you all a very Merry Christmas.